All right, welcome out, sports fans, to another episode of the Gridiron 64 podcast. This will be episode number 14, where we're going to preview the second round of the playoffs. There's about 21 games or 22 games. I'm not sure exactly on our schedule that we're going to preview. The guys and I are going to just kind of let you know who our selections are and kind of break down who we think will advance to the third round. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of games to preview, and I'm going to pass it over to Tony here in just a minute. You guys, every time I come on, I introduce my crew. You should know, you guys, the followers, should know everybody. So today I'm not going to announce them or introduce them. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that we are in full effect. But before I pass it over to Tony, there was a comment that was made on our last Gridiron 64 podcast, and I want to kind of read out. Don't give out any names. It's not important as to who wrote it, but I want to go ahead and read out what was written, and I want to give the guys here on the podcast, Gridiron 64 podcast, a chance to respond. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and kind of read out to you guys the comment. So, this was something that, on our last one, we talk about a lot of teams, and obviously we were talking about the Sinton Pirates. And I just kind of want to read out. I want to thank this gentleman who took the time to write this comment and, kind of let us know exactly what's going on. We talk a lot about players and what's going on. We don't really have any inside information, so we try to stay in the middle. But, I do ask the guys to kind of give their perspective as to what they think is going on. And we try to stay, fair and balanced and not say something that is not accurate, just what we see or what we haven't seen. So we were talking about this team and a player, and a person came out and responded to what we said. And this is what was said. It has to do with the Sinton Pirates and their running back, Rylan Galvan. And the guy basically said, completely understand our take, the Gridiron 64 take on the Rylan situation for Sinton with outsiders' perspective, but I can help break it down for y'all. Rylan is 100% healthy. Max Prep shows he has rushed for 907 yards on 91 carries and 16 TDs and played in 8 games, but he really played 13 full quarters out of the possible 32 quarters in those games. Week 1 through 3, Rylan played in only the first series of the Orange Grove game, where he got rolled up on and had a minor ankle sprain and was held out until district week. 5 and 6, he played 3 quarters against Westoso and all 4 quarters against Rockport-Fulton. Week 7, he was invited to play and represented the state of Texas in a baseball tournament in Florida that had 500 MLB NCAA scouts in attendance. Week 8, Rylan and Renee only played 1 series, then backups played the rest of the game. Week 9, he played half of the first quarter before he got ejected because he and a Robstown player got into a non-violent altercation after the Robstown player went for his ankles late after he had scored. Week 10, played only 1 series to rush for his last TD at Pirate Stadium in third quarter due to altercation previous week, which he had to sit out first half due to UIO rules. Week 11, played all 4 quarters against Ingleside. By district, played only in the first half. Hypothetically speaking, if you do the math on what he's rushed for, and if he would have played in all possible 44 quarters of the season, he would have rushed for 2,721 yards on 273 carries and 48 touchdowns. And this is hypothetical, right? But I wanted to bring this up because, like I said, we try to stay balanced. We talk a lot on this podcast about what we see. We have no inside information. We don't know what's going on with the players, but when we don't see somebody, we give our perspective as what we think is going on. And so, I want to thank this gentleman for commenting and letting us know what exactly is going on as we move forward. Now we know what's going on, and we're definitely here on the podcast. You're glad that Rylan absolutely is 100% healthy because they're going to need him into the playoffs. But I wanted to read this out to give my guys here on the podcast a chance to respond to what I just read. So Steve, I'm going to go to you first. I know you read it. I know you guys have access, like I do, to the comment. Your take on what I just read.
Well, like you said, first and foremost, I like to thank the gentleman for tuning in first and foremost, and offering that insight to what's going on, or to tell us what was really behind everything. So, and I mean, we all here, we're just fans, and we're fans of Coastal Bend football, and I hope that comes across to everybody. Because that's the way we try to carry ourselves. When we decided to put this together, it was for everybody in the surrounding areas to shine light and to bring awareness to what's going on here in the Coastal Bend as a whole. Not necessarily just Rockport. We are, all of us are from Rockport, but what I'm saying, we wanted to reach out to everybody, to the public. So thank you, sir, for tuning in and giving us that information so that we could pass it along to our viewers. At no point do we want to be labeled as rumor spreaders or anything like that. We all want to we're all pulling for him, what I'm saying, pulling for Sinton, except when it comes to the Pirates. When they play the Pirates, we're gonna be rooting for our Pirates. But as far as injuries or anything like that, yeah, we're not here to try to give a team some help, or hey, this is what we think is going on, or to try to spread ugly rumors. That's the furthest thing from our minds when we're talking about sports and stuff like that. And I hope that comes across. I hope you guys, the general public, sees what we're truly out here to do, and that's just to spread just the joy of football, and to shine light on our guys, what I'm saying, on all our athletes in the surrounding area. So hopefully that comes across, and we all understand. We're all on the same page. We just want to shine light, but a lot of times we don't have that information, and yeah, it's left up to us to either speculate, and I believe we all say that, hey, we don't know, but this is how we feel. What I'm saying, his production has dropped down, and this is why. But the coaches know what they're doing. When it's all said and done, the coaches know exactly what they're doing. They got the interests of their team, in mind, and what's best for them. And if it's for lower playing time, and it is what it is, and of course he's got other things going on. So that's all that I wanted to say about that. And I appreciate the guy for tuning in and giving us those facts, that we could say that down the line, hey, this is what's going on. I would hope that at some point that we could be big enough to where we have the ear of all these coaches, and we can get updated injury reports and stuff like that, so that we're not speculating. I hope that we grow to that, and that our objectives is to grow to that point, to where we're getting actual inside reports, where we have the coach's ear, and they can give us some of that information. But right now, just starting out, coaches are still, although they're coming on and they're doing the interviews, they're still skeptical of what we're going to do with our interviews. Are we going to try to get some insight to, their game plans or anything like that? So, that's the furthest thing. That's the last thing that we wanted to do in creating this whole podcast. So, thanks again. And, we'll be better.
Absolutely. Tony, anything you want to add?
I don't want to repeat anything else that Steve just said. I think I said it. I said it on the last show. Nothing was said with intentions of spreading rumors. So, anyways, and again, we're pulling for anyone in our area. And if everyone's healthy, that's good news to us. You know what I mean? And so that's all that was meant to be. And I'm glad that people are watching, and I'm glad that people are commenting, and if they have any other information they'd like to share about Sinton, or some other team that they know about, that's what we're here to do. We're here to shine some light on these kids, and it's not about us, it's about the kids in our area, and that's all we're trying to do.
Yeah, and Johnny, before I go to you, and I think the gentleman, when he started it out, he basically said, he understands how we could come to the conclusion, right? Because we're from the outside. But Johnny, he basically said, just let me set it straight. And I really appreciate him setting it straight because moving forward now we know. Anything that you want to add? You have anything to add? I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to add anything based on, what was written. I know you guys have access like I do to reading it. So it's not like it's a closed in. Anybody can go in there and read the comments. It's on our YouTube page.
Yeah, I wish we would get comments from other people around the area. Like you would say, we don't have ears from everywhere around all the teams, other than our own Rockport, so we have inside players that have, some of us have kids on the team, so we have really inside. But I'm glad that somebody actually, responded to us about what's going on. All season, we've been confused of what's going on. I never knew we knew he had an injury, but I didn't know. I don't know what y'all guys knew about what kind of injury he had, So now we knew about the ankle injury, and I don't think none of us knew about the ejection, in which I would have ejected myself, if somebody was coming after my ankle too. So, we didn't know about the suspension, so I like, hopefully we have others come in like this, and, I really appreciate him coming in and like telling us what's really going on. And, we didn't know about the injection, so still little tiny things like that helps us out, so we don't have ears all over South Texas. So we're going where we just read our research online and stuff like that, so things are like that are not put out there.
Yeah, no, I absolutely like that. And like you said, Steve said it best, guys. It's like, of course, in our hearts, anybody that we would invite, we can invite people from Tab, people from Miller, people that want to come on. We welcome people to come on as guests, or, we're still looking for people to join our podcast, right? So whoever comes in from whatever town, they're going to have that special love for that town, like we have love for Rockport-Fulton, right? But, when we started this podcast, we said, hey, but we're going to be fair and balanced to everybody else. The Gridiron is simply about South Texas football, or Texas football, really. Hopefully we can grow to that. So we always want to show people that respect the other teams. I mean, Steve and I do some announcing. And one thing that we do when we commentate the games is we try to be balanced. We always talk about the beginning, hey, man, we know that we love the Pirates, but we try to give that respect to the team because there's people that are tuning in, not just from Rockport, but from other areas. And we want to be able to be balanced so that they continue to not just talk about our team. So I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to respond if you wanted to a comment that was put on there. You guys have access to see it as I do. And I want to thank you guys for commenting. And now that we know, and we'll continue to get better, guys. So that was great. Thank you very much. Tony, I'll pass it over to you now. I know we've got the schedule. We're going to preview the Gridiron 64. We got some good games coming on this second round. And I can't wait to get started and breaking these games down and who we think is going to end up in the third round. So take it away, brother.
All right. So we are in week 2 of the playoffs, and most of the teams in our area made it to the second round. So congratulations to the surrounding area football teams, football programs for making it to the second round. So the first game that we're going to preview, we have the 6-5. Let's see. I got Winn. I'm not really sure their mascot. Anybody know their mascot?
It's on the if you go to Facebook, it's got their mascot, it's got the location, the time, and where they're playing. I put it all up there. Just go to the Gridiron 64 Facebook page, and you'll have it all there. It has time, date, location, and mascot. Make sure to make it real easy for you guys. For Tony, because I know he's busy, man, and he just doesn't have the time to do it. I know he's busy.
Yeah, so we got the all right. That is a lot. I just wrote down the name. So we got the 6-5 Winn Mavericks taking on the 9-2 Flower Bluff Hornets. So I'm gonna go to Johnny first. Who do you got for this game?
I'm going with the Hornets. They're going to the next round.
All right. Steve, who do you got on this this game?
Hey, listen, I think I've learned my lesson. Last week I had a couple of long shots that I was trying to go for, and I got proven wrong. The coach told me that I was wrong. So I'm gonna ride with the Hornets on this one, man. I'm gonna ride with the Hornets, and they're gonna have a great second round, and they're gonna they had a good first round. That's gonna propel them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with the Hornets here.
Yeah. You know, and I hope you're right, you know, because we talked about how Flower Bluff kind of was a little bit shaky throughout the season, though they are 9-2. You know, they had some really close games against some teams that I don't feel they should have had. Gabriel, what about you?
Well, first of all, we know Flower Bluff is talented. They just haven't played consistently well throughout the season, right? The regular season. And it took some losses that I thought they should have won. So our expectation for Flower Bluff was really high, and they kind of lost a couple of games early in district. But you know, we also saw how they played against Veterans Memorial. So we know that that team is capable of coming out and beating some really good teams. I liked what they did in the first round. Wasn't a big, huge win that they got, but I think it was 2 touchdowns. If I remember correctly, I think it was 28-14 the first round. So I think they're going to go ahead and win this second round. Tony, where's that game going to be played at?
This game will be played San Antonio Hero Stadium.
Okay. So I'm going to go with Flower Bluff. Real quick, give me the record for the other team. I know you have it right there.
6-5.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think Flower Bluff. They should take it. If they lose this one, it's going to be a shocker, but I'm going with the Hornets.
All right. So Steve, this wasn't a shiny thing you went for. You're going for Flower Bluff.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't see something shiny.
I'm going. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I follow my fullback, man. I follow Johnny. I know how to hit the gap, baby.
All right. So the next game we have the Southwest Legacy Titans, the 10-1 Southwest Legacy Titans, taking on the 8-3 GP Wildcats. Steve, I'm gonna go to you first. Throw you off your game a little bit.
Yeah, look at that, man. No lead blocker. Hey, listen, man. I've been on GP's bandwagon all year, man. I saw early that those guys were gonna have a special season. You know what I'm saying? And they're riding high momentum right now. I think the boys are playing super well, both on the offense and defense side of the ball. Although you know, I mean 10-1, you know what I'm saying? These guys are 10-1. They come in at 10-1. I'm gonna ride with GP, man. I'm gonna ride with GP. I think those boys are gonna pull it off. They're gonna you know, they're gonna continue shocking the Coastal Bend, because I think that has to qualify as the biggest shock in the Coastal Bend area as far as teams goes, winning. You know what I'm saying? I think GP. I think nobody saw them coming. I know for sure they weren't. I don't think they were picked in the playoffs. I don't think they were picked to make the playoffs. So I'm gonna ride with GP.
Absolutely, and this would be a big win for Gregory-Portland. You know,
Huge.
as you know, like you said, like who knew? You know, this is their first time in what 5 or 6 years that they've even made the playoffs. Gabriel, is that right? I know you had said that the other day, or Johnny, one of y'all said it was like 5 years or something like that since they even made the playoffs, and it'd be just huge for that community and that program to win round 2. That would be huge. Johnny, who do you got in this game?
GP's just getting stronger and stronger, dude. So I can't go against them. Yeah, they're learning that offense. They're learning the whole program, and they're just on fire. So I'm easily going with GP with this one.
All right, and they had a huge win last week. So, Gabriel.
Hey, does anybody know who Legacy is? Who are they? Are they like a private school, or is this a team that kind of gets, you know, are they like a select type school? Does anybody know anything about them?
I
don't know,
guarantee
man.
they're going to be a private school.
We don't know who they play, who they beat.
Being
Well,
in the
I
second
look- I-
round,
I-
they had being in the second
I
round.
looked at who they
hadn't
played.
been the district champions.
Yeah.
No,
I was
are you sure?
told, I was
Because
told.
GP came off the 2-3 record, and I doubt they're the number 4 seed in a district with that record. Because last week
That's
1
right.
and 4 played.
That's right.
They played Breckenridge, Southside, Loreto, Figueroa, Rio Grande, Southwest, and Winn. So kind of south of San Antonio and towards the valley.
I was told that they were a team that was kind of like a select team, kind of like they kind of get their players from different areas around. So I'm gonna go with Legacy. I think
Oh, wow.
Legacy I know GP's been playing great ball, and it's been great, but it's going to start to get a little tougher. And I want to see if they win. I hope GP wins, but I think Legacy's got a good shot. Maybe I don't know much about them. Like I said, I've heard some conversations here and there, and what people have told me. I couldn't confirm it, so I don't know if what they were telling me is true. But I'm going to take a chance and let's see what Legacy's got. Against a really good Gregory-Portland Wildcat team. But the one thing that's scary about GP, like Johnny said, was they've been consistent. That's what's scary about them. They haven't been like up and then they come down for 2 games and come back up. This team has been consistent. So going against them is not the smartest thing to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and let's see what Legacy's got. So I'm taking Legacy.
All right, I got you down for Legacy. All right, so the next game we have the CC Veterans Memorial Eagles, the 10-1 Eagles taking on the 8-3 Southwest Dragons. Johnny, who do you got in this game?
Scary. They've been playing real tight games here lately, but I think Vets might pull it off with a tight win again.
Okay. Oh, real quick, let me backtrack. I also picked Flower Bluff, and I also picked GP, and I also picked Vets. I forgot. It got to be official. I got to say who I picked. Steve, who do you got on this one? You're gonna ride with the Coastal Bend, or you think the Dragons are gonna take them out?
No, I'm gonna ride with the Vets, man. I'm gonna ride with the Vets.
Gabriel.
Yeah, I gotta go with Vets, although I think it's gonna be closer. Every game for Vets is gonna get a little tougher. They seem to not be able to dominate like they were at the beginning. But I think they're still good enough to beat this team. So I'm going to go with the Eagles. Coach Ben Bittner and his Eagles. I think they'll take it off and they'll be in the 3rd round.
All right.
Hey, hold on,
So-
Johnny. Is that quarterback still? We don't know if the starting quarterback for Vets is going to come back, do we?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
I don't know.
See, that'll make a big difference. Although the second string quarterback has been really good, we know the playoffs get a lot tougher. So it's the next man mentality up there. But boy, if Vets don't get this quarterback soon, we'll see how far this guy can take him. But I'm still taking the Eagles.
All right. So the next game we have the Calhoun Sandcrabs, 6-4 Sandcrabs taking on 11-0 Austin LBJ. Gabriel, I'm gonna go to you first on this one.
Well, I'm going LBJ. It ends for the Calhoun Sandcrabs in the 2nd round. I'd be very shocked if they beat LBJ. So I'm going with LBJ Austin.
All right. Steve, do you think the Sandcrabs could pull it off?
Man, listen, I'm looking at the but I guess the numbers are off in this bracket here. Yeah, current average. Yeah, I'm gonna go with LBJ, man. LBJ by 10. How's that sound?
All right. Johnny, Sandcrabs are gonna pull it off?
As much as I've been talking about the run attack of the Sandcrabs, this is their end. They're gonna hit a wall. LBJ gonna win big. Going easily with your LBJ. Now, if Calhoun would have beat Calallen, I would have been a little bit more. But if they couldn't beat Calallen, now I'm going easily with LBJ.
So no one picked the Sandcrabs.
You can pick them.
No, no
I
one's
got
gonna pick.
LBJ.
Yeah, no
I
one's
got
gonna.
LBJ.
Yeah, no one's gonna pick the Sandcrabs. LBJ's got too much speed.
You know,
But
again,
I disagree with Gabriel though, as far as Calallen not being going to be able to contend with them. I think I'll save my pick for that one, but I don't agree with Gabriel.
all right. Next game we have the
Tony, hold on, Tony, hold on. Johnny, you shook your head. What does that mean? That means you think Calallen can beat LBJ? I just want to know. Oh, okay. All right, Tony. I just want to hear what Johnny had to say.
Miller almost beat him last year.
Yeah, but Johnny,
with a different quarterback and everything.
Hey, this quarterback that they got now got, I don't know, 40 touchdowns and almost 3,000 yards on the season. That's a pretty damn good season.
That's
And
right.
now they got a running.
And
Now
they
they
got
got
a
a running
running
back.
game.
Now they got a running back that's almost rushed for 1,000 yards. I think that they're doing more this year than they did last year. You know what I mean? They didn't win as big in some games, but hey, they even beat Port Lavaca this year, and they didn't beat Port Lavaca last year. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you can count out that sophomore quarterback. I mean, hey, Rockport got a sophomore quarterback. You can't count him out either.
Yeah, but
Just throwing that out there.
but that's soft.
Bernie also has a quarterback throwing nearly 3,000 yards
Who?
and 30 touchdowns.
Who?
Rashawn Galloway from
No, but
Bernie.
who? What?
Bernie.
Bernie.
Bernie?
I mean,
Yeah,
not
but they're
Bernie.
not playing Bernie.
Yeah,
No,
they're
no,
not
they're
playing
playing-
Bernie.
They're
Never mind,
playing. They're
never
playing LBJ.
I'm one game ahead. I'm one
He's
game
ahead of us. He's
We start
ahead.
talking about-
Yeah.
we start talking
Yeah.
about Miller.
That's who Calhoun. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's who Miller's
Okay.
playing.
You're
Well, on that note, we'll go to number 5 game. We got the 8 and
Who do you
2
got,
Bernie
Tony?
Greyhounds.
Who did you pick? You picked LBJ, right?
Yeah, I picked LBJ.
Oh, okay.
I snuck it in there. I was trying to get somebody to bite on the Sandcrabs. Nobody did. Yeah, I got the 8 and 2 Bernie Greyhounds taking on the 8 and 3 Miller Bucs. Steve, I'm not gonna let you see who everyone picks.
It's
I'm
all
gonna let you
good.
go first.
It's all good, baby. I'm telling you, I'm gonna ride the Miller bandwagon, bro. I think they found something. I think I was the first one who said that. You know what I'm saying on the podcast that running game that they found over there. No, I really like what Miller's doing, man. If they go in the game with the same mindset, you know what I'm saying, mixing in the big plays in the air, and then giving this guy, 15 to 20 touches. That's a good recipe, baby. That's a good recipe.
All right. Johnny, before I say who I got, I want to see who you got in this game.
Miller's defense ain't going to stop their quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, man.
Miller's
got
defense
Bernie?
haven't stopped nobody all season.
They're gonna outscore them.
That's their
That's what
recipe.
Miller
Now they got
does,
a running
baby.
game. Now they got a running game.
This is where it ends. This is where it ends.
All right.
Mr. Rashawn
Gabriel.
Galloway, 2,600 yards, 31 touchdowns, and only 4 INTs.
But Jaden got more than that.
Yeah, more INTs.
Got more yards too. How many touchdowns does he got?
31.
31.
Got
Jaden's
him by
got like
9.
40.
Look at the rushing attack.
That's not fair because Miller didn't start rushing until the last 5 games of the season, and they almost got 1,000.
You need a balanced team.
Just with one
You need
guy.
a balanced team.
All right,
Look
Gabriel.
how many points they've given up too. Bernie.
Yeah, but
Um,
even last year when Gabriel said they were a better team with body, they did the same thing. They gave up a lot of points. They just outscored their opponent, and
Look at
that's their
Bernie's
recipe.
defense. Have you
So
looked at Bernie's defense?
so they don't
Have you
got to
looked-
stop. They don't got to. Their
I'm not
defense
talking
doesn't
about
got to
Miller's
stop them.
defense. I'm not talking about Miller's defense. Look at Bernie's defense.
Miller's defense doesn't have to stop them. Okay. Miller's offense just needs to keep the ball a lot longer, like they
They're-
are now
not
that they're
gonna move.
running.
They're not going to move against Bernie.
All right, we'll
They're
see.
not gonna
Gabriel,
move.
who do you got?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Johnny. I think the key here is that I think Bernie, guys, is a more balanced team. Now, I understand what you're saying, and Justin Evans and the Miller Bucks have found an attack with Greenwood, and he's a beast, man. He is. There's no doubt about it, and they can utilize him, and he can definitely help them. But you know when you compare this quarterback as a sophomore to the Bernie quarterback, and Bernie's just more, offensively they can both score. But when I look at Bernie and Miller, Bernie's the more balanced team, more complete team than Miller. I mean, Miller definitely has an opportunity to win this game. You can't just knock him out. But based on what I read, I think Bernie's the better team here, and I think Bernie will take the win over Miller. I think it ends for Miller after the second round.
Drop your mic.
I put that down. You got Bernie. So after all that I said about Miller, I'm going with Bernie as well.
They already broke it down.
Hey,
He goes-
no, but I didn't pick Bernie right away. This is a game I thought about. I looked at who they played against, and with Miller, I look at I think about what they're doing now. plus their strength of schedule. And that's what drew me to the conclusion that I mean, that's why it made it hard for me to pick Boerne. You know what I mean? But I picked Boerne because they beat a good GP team that at the time that they played them, we didn't know they were good. We didn't know how good GP was. But because they were able to beat GP, I'm like, wow, if they could beat GP the way GP is playing now, they're gonna beat Miller. And that's how I went with them. But it was not an easy pick for me to pick. Next game we have the Beeville Trojans, the 5-6 Beeville Trojans.
Hey,
Oh,
you
wait
skipped Calallen.
I skipped one. My bad. We have the 10-1 Calallen Wildcats taking on the 7-4 Fredericksburg Billies. Johnny, who you got on this one?
No, this is easy for me. Cal into the third round.
All right. Steve.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Calallen, man.
Right. Gabe, you don't think Calallen could beat LBJ? Can they beat Fredericksburg?
Yeah, Calhoun will go to the third round, and they'll end next week when they play LBJ or the fourth round, wherever they meet. But they'll get this one for sure.
All right. Well, I got Calallen as well. So the next game we have the 5-6 Beeville Trojans taking on the 8-3 Pleasanton Eagles. Steve, who do you got in this game?
I'm going to ride with the Pleasanton Eagles, bro. The Cinderella season stops right here.
All right. Gabriel, I know how you feel about Coach Sosa, and I know you started off some of your losses this season on our picks are from Beeville. Do you think Beeville's going to win this Friday?
I do.
Mm.
I think they flip for home, and Pleasanton's got they're going to be playing at home in their own stadium. But I think Beeville can beat them. I think Pleasanton's beatable. And the question will be, what team will show up for Beeville? But I do believe that Beeville's got a good opportunity to win this game, and so I'm going to go ahead and ride with the Trojans, Sosa and the Trojans. And if they win this game, I'm definitely getting an invite to Sosa, and I'm trying to bring him on the podcast next week.
No, they're probably going to give you a plot of land.
Johnny, who you got, Johnny?
I'll take it.
Who'd you pick, Gabriel?
Beeville Trojans.
I'm riding with Gabriel. I go with strength of schedule.
Yeah, and Pleasanton's beatable, man. They ain't been that impressive. They're beatable.
We've seen Sinton before. I mean, beat.
You got to remember,
Pleasanton before.
Beeville just beat the number one team. Now, La Feria, they don't really have that tough competition out there. But I think they can roll one more game and win, and then after that, I think it is for Beeville in the third round. But if they can get to the third round, this is really good for their program, guys. So I think they got a good shot.
Well, I think we're gonna have to split this decision because I got Pleasanton in this one. I think the Eagles. I mean, playing at home. You said they're playing at home.
Yeah, they're playing at home.
I didn't know that before I picked it, but now that I know that, I'm definitely picking them. All right. So the number 8 game. The number 8 game we got the 10-1 Cuero Gobblers taking on the 10-1 Rockport Pirates. Johnny, who do you got, Johnny? You gone against Rockport before. Is this another one of those games you go against Rockport? This time on the air? Or
we got him on the air.
To pull it off? Oh, that sounded wicked.
Ooh, that's an evil laugh.
So we all go back to that Sinton game. Then we go to this Cuero game. Tradition.
Tick tock.
Tradition.
Tick tock.
Their dads have played in state games. Their uncles have played in the state games. Their grandpas have won state titles. Tradition continues for Cuero.
Ew, that's ugly.
They always had tradition. They always had speed. Lots of speed over years. As much as I want to pick against the Pirates, I go on deep with the Pirates after last week's performance. Where I go Pirates this one, dude. I can't. I had my doubts going into this, and the season. Once I knew we lost against Sinton, had my mind square. I was going to pick another upset with Cuero. I mean, I wouldn't say upset, but I was going to pick Cuero over Rockport after that Sinton loss. But Rockport has improved a lot. They're improving too. So they're the hottest team, I think, in the area. So I'm going to go with Rockport. I mean, I just got to. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was going to go Cuero. After that Sinton loss, I already knew who they were going to play in that second round. I looked into it, but yeah, I'm going Rockport now.
I don't know. And you talk about tradition and Cuero. You know, one of the things about Rockport is it takes a lot more years than the 8 years Cybert has been in Rockport to say tradition. But what I will say is, you know, looking back 8 years, Rockport has a winning tradition. And if Coach Cybert stays here with the staff that he has now and doing what he's doing now, I think in 10 more years we will be saying the same thing about Rockport. But it's got to start somewhere, and I think it's starting now. I think it's starting now with this coach. I think it's starting now, and people are going to be saying that 10 years from now that Rockport has a winning tradition. Maybe not state, but we're going to get there eventually. And I think this is the year that they have the best shot right now that I've seen in the past few years. I think this is the year. I think Cuero is very beatable. They've shown that. And I think Rockport is going to win this game. I feel very confident that Rockport is going to win this game. And I'm going to say upset. And I hate saying that because I hate looking at Rockport as the underdog. Because to me, I think they're really good. Not as a fan. I'm talking about just as a person who likes football. I think Rockport could win this game, and I think I'm gonna have to go with Rockport on this one. Um, Steve, who do you got?
Well, listen, let's get this out of the way. We know that the Cuero Gobblers have some great athletes over there, and they're very well deserving of their ranking. All right, for what the season that they had. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no fluke that they got there. They won some tough games and beat some tough teams. So and they got speed at the running back position that some may say, and they've said it, that speed that we haven't seen before. But I beg to differ. I think Rockport has faced plenty of quality opponents with the speedy back. And they also have a great defender at their linebackers position who's had almost 200 tackles, prior to getting to the postseason. So they got some great players down there, good skilled quarterback who can deliver the ball, real tall receivers that are very capable. But, I cannot downplay on what Rockport's doing. Rockport's balanced attack with Jay Seibert methodically working the pass into our offense, over the course of the years. And Ace Seibert, the way he's playing right now, complementing our running game that we've always been known for. We got speed in the backfield. We got speedy receivers, and we got a great quarterback making great decisions right now. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I'm gonna go with Rockport here. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I think we're going to give up our share of points. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be tough to keep up with our offense. You know what I'm saying? I think we're just going to outscore these guys, and we're going to do enough to get us to the third round. And so it's Rockport all the way for me.
I want to make a comment on what you said about the pass complementing the run. There was an interview with Ace that I was reading on Caller Times. Somebody shared it on Facebook, and Ace, said it best when he said, the run opens up the pass, but the pass also opens up the run. You know what I mean? So, that's how balanced of a team I think Rockport is playing right now. You know what I mean? When you normally you don't look at it in that perspective with the pass opening up the run, but when he's as effective as he's been, especially these past few games, it really does, because you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know, especially the way they're changing the formation. You don't know if they're going to run or they're going to pass out of that formation that they're in. So I think Ace said it best in that interview, that they complement each other. And I think that balanced attack is the catalyst that will get them through this game. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely can't underestimate how Cuero is doing. Definitely can't underestimate a team, like Johnny said, with their winning tradition. But, the last 2 years they haven't done anything. So, they were due for a year like this, and I think Rockport is the brick wall that they're going to run into, and I hope that they're triumphant this week and take out Cuero. Gabriel, who do you got?
Listen, Cuero is a dangerous team, great dangerous team, and they're well deserving, like Steve said, of the ranking. Rockport-Fulton is a dangerous team, and they're a great team. And when you look at the offense and the defense, when you look at Cuero's offense, and they're well balanced on offense, Rockport-Fulton is well balanced on offense as well. They've got speed and they've got guys that can run. Rockport's got speed in that backfield. They got a great quarterback. Rockport's got a great young quarterback. They got receivers. They might be a little bit they might edge Rockport a little bit on that receiving, with their size and stuff. But we got receivers, and we've seen. And what I like, guys, from what Coach Seibert, Gup, and all those offensive guys is they've seen the progress, and like Steve said, they've added another weapon slowly but surely, and it's come on at the right time. We had an interview Steve did with Coach Seibert, and he talked about what Ace is doing now compared to the beginning and last year. And we see exactly what Coach Seibert's saying. We see it on the field. And when you play with confidence, confidence does a lot for you, right now. And so there's athletes on both sides. I think it's going to come down. The offenses for both sides are going to do what they do. I think for the team to win, it's going to come down to the defense. Which defense, Cuero's defense or Rockport's defense, is going to stand tall and stop a drive when it's needed? Because both of these offenses, I think, can score points. And like Steve said, we're going to give up our share. But which one of these defenses is going to stand tall and make the stops when they need to? Which defense is going to get the turnovers? I think, to me, the defense that wins the battle is going to win the game. And I'm a little bit, and I know they have the rankings, and Coach Seibert doesn't care about the rankings, and he's told us that many times. Miller came in with the same thing that we're facing Cuero. We're facing Miller. Nobody gave Rockport a chance. They came into Rockport. They had a great quarterback in body, probably better than what we're going to face here with this Cuero team. They were very high explosive with their pass, and Rockport got that win. I think it was 44-41. So we've seen it, and it hasn't been 10, 15 years that this happened. It was in recent time here that Rockport was able to beat a ranked team at home. So it was these guys. It was these guys.
It wasn't nobody's dads.
It was
uncles.
These Pirates. It was these Pirates right here that did it. They it was the Chuppies, the McAllisters, the Krupas. It was these guys that were on that field when we took out that state-ranked Miller team, I think, that are going to play against Cuero. So that's a lot of things we don't talk about. You're right. It wasn't tradition. It wasn't my dad that did it in 1950 or 60 or 70. I did it. I've already beaten a ranked team, and they've got that. And here's the other thing, guys. Rockport's consistently been in the playoffs the last 4 years plus. We have consistently been in the playoffs. We battled Sinton, and we've been in the playoffs, and we were in the second round last year, but we went 3 rounds the 2 prior years. This Cuero team, not going to take anything away from what they've done this year. Great coaching out there, great athletes. But the last 2 years, they didn't make the playoffs. For Cuero's got tradition, but these guys that are playing on the field Friday night, most of them haven't been in the playoffs. This is their first time. Rockport has an advantage. And listen, guys, Rockport, they're physical. We go out and we hit. We know our guys on the deep. They pop you, and I think Cuero's going to get their points, but they're also going to get hit around a little bit. So it's going to be a great game. I'm going to go with the Rockport Pirates. Obviously, I'm not going to go against my boys. It's very rare that I'll ever pick against them, no matter what. I try to find a way that I think are going to beat them. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a great game by 2 great coaches, 2 great players on the team, 2 great programs. And this is what Friday nights is all about, guys. So I can't wait.
It can't come soon enough.
Little respect
Uh,
to Cuero on that, what you were just saying, Gabriel, that we beat a state ranked team last year. The kids graduated this year, but Cuero's already beat a state ranked this year. The exact same players on the field now this year with no
Yeah,
graduates.
not a lot of people graduated from the team from last year.
But I'm
Most of
just
these
saying,
guys played on the team
this
No,
last
year,
year.
but
this
yeah.
year, not even a year back, just a few weeks ago, they beat a state ranked team.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in the way that they're ranked, they've got everybody's giving it to Cuero because of their ranking, right?
Right. They already
a-
beat a state ranked team this year.
but they're ranked. Cuero's ranked.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's
Rockport's
why
not.
Rockport's not. That's what I'm saying. When you compare these teams, right? Everybody's Cuero's ranked. They're gonna blow by Rockport. They don't have a chance. Well, don't forget that Rockport just beat what everybody says, what everybody tells me is, okay, y'all don't got a chance against Cuero. Dude, they're ranked 8th. Well, these guys like Cuero, you mentioned, Rockport's not ranked. They don't give them a shot. We've already beaten. It was these guys that beat a state ranked team. So that's why I mean it's gonna be good. But I think that these guys that are seniors now, every time since they've been in the playoffs, they've gone 2 to 3 rounds in the playoffs, and I think that pays big for these guys. These guys they beat a ranked team. Rockport, what was it, a couple years ago, gave Wimberley the best game until they went to state and lost, right? Rockport was toe to toe. We were 1 play away and we knocked them out. So these guys have been in big games and they're not even ranked. Nobody talks about the Pirates. Nobody gives them any credit, right? But us. But these guys have done some amazing things. They don't have that top 10 ranking, but these guys have done some incredible work. In the time, I'm talking about these seniors, they have been in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs, and they have battled, and they were one play away from beating a team that ended up going to the state game. So I think this program is good. I think the Pirates do not get enough respect, but that's okay. I think we fly better when we're under the radar. I'm not going to say we're going to go in there and dominate Cuero because Cuero's a heck of a team. What I'm saying is Rockport's a heck of a team too. You can't just blow them out. Some of the stuff they're doing is great. So Cuero's a great team. Rockport-Fulton Pirates, guys, they're a great team too. And you're going to have to play your A game to knock this team out. You don't come with your A game, these guys are going to knock you out the same way they did Miller. So it's going to be a great game, man. But I'm telling you what, right now, I'll ride with my boys, win or lose, because I think they got a good opportunity to win this game.
All right. So the next game we have, let's see. We got the 9-2 Wimberley Texans taking on the 9-2 Ingleside Mustangs. Now I was looking at the polls on this one, and there's a lot of people thinking Ingleside could win this game. Steve, what are your thoughts?
I'm taking Wimberley, bro. I'm taking Wimberley for this win.
You're not gonna go with the polls?
No, I'm not gonna go with the polls. I mean, did the polls say
They got
were
like
gonna
an 80% chance of winning.
They said that last week. I picked against Ingleside, and I don't think they want me to jump track like that, man. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with Wimberley.
All right, you're gonna pick against them again. Maybe that's their luck.
Maybe that'll keep them winning.
All right, Ingleside, you got to prove Steve wrong and win. Johnny, who do you got, Johnny?
I'm rooting for Ingleside, but Wimberley's going to win this one. I'm going to watch this game. I'm going to keep updated with watch the scores and stuff like that. But I'm seriously.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Texan Live, right? That's what I saw.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. It's supposed to be on there. Yeah.
Or was it the Sinton game? It was the Sinton game or the Ingleside game? I seen some post about that.
I think it was the Ingleside game. I think it was.
Ingleside?
I think so.
All right. And Gabriel, who do you got?
Yeah, I got it right. I got it. Same thing like Johnny said, man. I'm rooting for Coach Hamrick and his Mustangs, but I don't think they're going to be Wimberley. Wimberley's got a lot of experience. They play. They're a great football team. We know we played against them, and I think their defense is going to be able to play with them for a while. But after what I saw last week, and I saw Divine, almost come back. I think Wimberley is 3 times better than Divine is, and I just think that it's going to be tough for Ingleside to score. I think their defense, like I said, can play a little bit with them, but in the end, I think Wimberley's going to be too tough for them. So even though I'm rooting for the Mustangs, I got to go with Wimberley.
I'm also going to go ahead and go with Wimberley in this game. You know, this is definitely not a team that you could get ahead on and then start making mistakes or taking a quarter off. Wimberley's definitely not that kind of team. So, you know, definitely rooting for Ingleside. You know, I hope Ingleside wins. I mean, if Ingleside wins, we play Ingleside. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'd like to see that game. You know, I'd like to see because Ingleside's playing better. But you know, after last week, after letting that Divine team come back on them and almost, you know, they made it a game. They turned it into a game. You know, that was scary. You know, for Ingleside to allow them to do that late in the game.
Hey,
So
Tony,
because
let me say this, Tony. But Johnny made a good point in the other podcast when he said, "Hey, they play Sinton tough. How much tougher will Wimberley be against with a team like Sinton? Remember, Ingleside's already faced two great teams in Rockport. That I don't think Wimberley offensively is going to be that much better than Rockport and Sinton, and they hung in there tight for a half with Sinton. So if Ingleside can somehow play 4 quarters, they can make this game very interesting. So it's not out of the ordinary. I just think they're going to have to play good 4 quarters, something we have not seen them do this season. And that's why you go with Wimberley. But if they can somehow do it, it makes the game a lot more interesting.
yeah, they got to be able to put a complete game together. You're right.
Yeah.
So just so everyone in Ingleside, so y'all know, we're all rooting for y'all.
Absolutely.
Next game we have the 8-3 Port Isabel Tarpons taking on the 8-2 Navarro Panthers. Johnny, who you got in this game?
You know what? I'm riding with the Valley again.
Come.
I'm going with them again.
You want to go get those? You want to eat some taquitos over there, dude? Because they got the best taquitos around Texas down there. You're trying to get over there.
I'm going with them again. They ain't going to go further than that. But they're going. I think they got this one.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start crunching the numbers and see if I got to switch my pick. Steve, who do you got?
I'm going with Navarro, brother.
Again, strength of schedule, man. Strength of schedule.
Yeah, I mean Navarro really, you know, in the regular season. I mean in district they only play Wimberley. Other than that, they didn't play nobody.
They don't play nobody. They play those
Gabriel?
pickup teams.
They played Port Lavaca in week 1.
They lost, yeah.
Okay. What was the score?
It was like 32-29 or something like that.
Close.
It was a pretty close game. And then they beat Cuero.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. I think Port Isabel, they're scary. I mean, we've seen them. They can. I mean, their offense, they can score. But I think they're still too young, guys. I still think they're great year, but I think they're still too young. And when Steve and I were up there talking to one of their coaches, he said that they were young. They were just starting to put this program back together. A lot of their players are coming back. So even though it's been a good season, I just think they're not going to be able to handle Navarro. You know, so I'm going to go with Navarro Panthers and that slot T. They've been running it for a while. That coach in Navarro, I think, has been there. He's a coach that used to be, I think, in Mathis when Mathis was good down here. Went down there, so that slot T is going to be too much. Remember, Rockport runs something like that slot T, and Port Isabel had trouble stopping Rockport's offense. I mean, they couldn't stop it. That was just a couple of weeks ago, where Rockport did whatever they wanted to them. I don't think Navarro is going to be that much different than what Rockport did. So I'm looking for Navarro to get the win. But Port Isabel, man, they're a young team. They've done good this year, get to the second round. But I think it's going to end with Navarro.
Yeah, I like the way Port Isabel ran their offense. You know, I just think our defense was too much for them. But I really like the way they ran their offense. I think that our boys had to play a good defensive game to stop them because they ran it very smooth. They ran the ball really smooth on all the trickery they had going on in the back. They ran it really smooth. So, you know, Johnny, I think you're right. I think it's possible for something to happen. I mean, they're on a high. They just took out a team that was undefeated. talk about strength of schedule or whatever. I mean, I picked them to win last week as well. But and that has to mean something to them to beat a team that's undefeated. But I don't think they're gonna beat Navarro either. I'm going with Navarro as well.
I really don't have no argument on that. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's gonna be a good game. I mean, I don't know. That was a tough one to pick for me. I mean, it ain't because I've been riding with them. It's just like I said, it's straight to schedule. This is the same Port Isabel team that played Sinton, that played Rockport, Ingleside, and had a battle out with our area pass leader from West Coast. So, so yeah, that was my deal about that.
Yeah.
Beating them.
All right. So the next one we have the 10-1
Let me just
Sinton
say
Pirates.
this.
Go
It
ahead.
would be. I just wanted to make a comment, Johnny. Boy, wouldn't it be great if Port Isabel knocked Navarro out, though? Boy, I wouldn't be sad if I lost that pick.
Yeah. But yeah, then they'd have to play Sinton again. I don't know how that's gonna work out for them.
That's why I said this is it right here.
Yeah. So next game we have the 10-1 Sinton Pirates taking on the 7-4 LaGrange Leopards. Johnny, who do you got in this game?
I'm going with Sinton.
Sinton for sure. Sinton all the way.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna mark it down. Once I put it on there, it's for good. Steve.
Yeah, no, I'm cheering for Sinton. I want Sinton to be there.
All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with Sinton too because that's the team that I want to face in the 4th round.
Yes,
Gabriel,
ma'am.
who do you got?
Well, I think Sinton win this game. I just think they're going to be. I think they're better offensively and defensively, and I think that Coach Troutman will have his boys ready. And I don't see them losing this game. I think they win, and they win by a pretty good margin.
All right. So I got that down. So the next game, this is where it starts getting tricky for me. We got the 9-1 San Diego Vaqueros taking on the 8-2 Llano Yellow Jackets. I'm interested to see who you got in this one, Steve.
I'm not going with San Diego, and I have no clue why, but I'm not gonna pick San Diego.
All right. So you got Llano.
Yep, got Lano.
Gabriel, who do you got?
This is a tough one. I picked San Diego.
You're finally gonna get off the Vaqueros?
Well, no, I think Lano's good, and this win that they just had, San Diego, they lost to London. They've been in games, but they haven't dominated. Hey Tony, this last game that San Diego played, they won by they just barely won, correct?
Yep.
Let me see. San Diego.
I think I saw that they just barely won, right?
Shoot, where do I got them at? Odom, Taft. Oh yeah, they played Orange Grove. Yeah, they won 29-28.
Yeah, they won by a point. It's a tough one for me, guys, because I think that they're going to run into a really good Lano team that I think is going to be a little too much for them. And I did a little bit of search on Lano, but you know what? I'm going to ride with San Diego because I've been doing it all year, and I think they've kind of fallen a little bit from where they were at. Of course, the competition's getting tougher, but I think it's going to be a hard, tough fight. But I've been with them all year, and I'm going to stick with them. So I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a tough one for them, but I'm going to go with San Diego.
Wow. With the Garth Brooks, the competition's getting stronger.
Well, this is the other thing, Tony. They played a really good Orange Grove team. You can make the point, well, Orange Grove's got Cutter Stewart, right? But Cutter Stewart, he doesn't have the weapons around him like he did the year before. So even though he's good, he doesn't have the talent, or they're still developing that talent around him. So, as a quarterback and what they like to do down in Orange Grove is throw. So they got to develop those receivers. They'll be better next year. But the fact that they could almost beat San Diego in the first round with not a lot of the talent around him that he had the year before kind of worries me that they just barely were able to get through them. And that's why I get a little worried about, I think, Alano team is going to be better than Orange Grove. But like I said, I've been riding with them. I'm not going to jump off the bandwagon now.
All right. That's a give me win. All right. We'll take it. Us who are behind, we'll take it. Johnny, who do you got? You think San Diego could pull it off? You think the Yellow Jackets are gonna knock them out?
I'm looking at Lano's district, and I wasn't too impressed. I was not too impressed by that district. Not such a winning. Of course, you're going to lose against each other pretty much. That's what happened in that district. No winning records in that district other than Lago Vista. I'm gonna go with San Diego. I just didn't see that strong of a district where they're coming from.
All right, and I also got Lano. All right, so the next game we have the 10-0 London Pirates taking on the 7-3 Lago Vista Vikings. Steve, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with London.
Gabe, you think London can pull it off?
Absolutely. I'm going London Pirates.
Right. Z-Man, who do you got?
Well, it'd be dumb for me to go for Lago Vista after picking San Diego over Lano. So, yeah, I'm going with London on this one.
All right. Did I go to you, Gabriel? I went to you, right?
Yes, sir, you did.
Okay. And I'm also going to go London on this one. So this next game is another tough one for me. We got the undefeated 11-0 Odom Owls taking on the 6-4 Tidehaven Tigers. Johnny, who you got in this game?
I remember Tidehaven from last year. They seemed like a very dominant team last year. I think they kind of fell off with a bit this year. I think Odom's too strong for them. I'm going with Odom on this one.
All right. Steve, who do you got, Steve?
I like Odom, bro. I like Odom.
All right. Gabriel.
I'm going Odom Owls as well. I'm going with the group.
Well, I guess we're not going as a group because I got Tidehaven in this one. I don't remember why, but I did look at all these teams, and there was a reason why, and I couldn't tell you right now. But I'm going to go Tidehaven on this one. All right, so number 15 game we have the Flantania, 5-5 Flantania, taking on Bulldogs taking on the 11-0 Refugio Bobcats. Steve, who you got?
Refugio. Quick answers for me, man. That one's not a matchup.
Z?
Refugio by 50.
By 50. Gabriel.
Why did you mention the other team? I mean, it's going to be Refugio. Yeah, Refugio, we're going to get into a good discussion in about 2 weeks when they meet up with Shiner. Now, that's going to be a discussion that's when we need to do our research and really look at stats because that's going to be the championship game. But yeah, right now Refugio's going to fly. It's going to go right by these guys. I mean, and I don't know how long their starters will play, but yeah, it's going to definitely be 50 plus for Refugio.
All right. So
It was what?
No respect for the other town.
it's messed up. Are they from the valley or what?
I didn't even look it up.
Hey, Johnny, it's hard when you're that other team because you're just out. I mean, you made the playoffs, and those boys, they play hard. It's just in that 2A around here, the other 2A schools, they just don't have the athletes that Refugio does. I mean, the numbers are the same, right? But when you look at Woodsboro and the districts, and they're good football teams, they just can't compare to this powerhouse that they have to face every year in district or down. It's just, I mean, and then the numbers are saying just Refugio's got athletes every year. So it's tough to be in those other teams when you know before game time comes that you really don't have a chance to win the game. I mean, it's hard, but you got to go out there and play it anyway.
We will see what happens. See if they could put up some kind of fight. I don't know. I don't think they will, but we'll see. So the next game we have the 9-2 Floresville Tigers taking on the 10-1 Rouse Raiders. Johnny, who you got on this one?
I'm going with Floresville. I don't remember why, like you were saying earlier, but there was a reason why I went with Floresville.
Right. Steve, who you got?
Man, this was a tough one, man. Floresville. Rouse scored more points, 505, and they're giving up less, but they really ain't playing anybody over there. But they're laying a smackdown to the teams out there. Floresville. Golly. Yeah, no. Let's go with Floresville on this one.
Where's
I don't
Rouse
know
from?
why. Leander. Dang it. I didn't pick on this one. I'm gonna have to do a quick little research while Gabriel picks. Gabriel, who do you got, Gabriel?
They beat Lavernia.
I'm going Floresville.
Floresville all the way, hands down.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. Ooh, they beat Southwest Legacy.
Mhm.
And Southwest. All the teams at the 5A schools are playing.
Yeah, I think that was the reason why it's just the big schools.
Yeah. You know what? I might have to go with Floresville too. I didn't have this one
That's what it
picked.
was. It was big
But
schools.
that's
That's what it was.
That's my pick. That's my pick now. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. I just looked at that.
That's what it
All
was.
right. So this one right here, this is a team that we've seen before. I think this is the first team we seen when we started this playoff run that we had here in Rockport. We got the 9-2 Liberty Hill. Dang it, I got off my Facebook. Liberty Hill, somebody help me out. Panthers taking on the 9-2 Boerne champion Chargers. Steve, who you got in this one?
Good. Let's go with Boerne.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Johnny, who you got?
I'm joining Steve in the backfield. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Get behind me, Johnny.
Wow. Gabriel?
I'm going Liberty Hill.
I am also going Liberty Hill. I don't know what they saw that I didn't see, but I think Liberty Hill got this one. Next game we have the El Campo Ricebirds, right? The 10-1 El Campo Ricebirds taking on the 7-4 Lindale Eagles. Steve, say something crazy again so Johnny could pick it.
Say something crazy. I'm gonna go with let's see, what's it to?
Lindale Eagles.
Yeah, no, I'm going with
versus-
El Campo.
All right, Johnny, you betting against him or are you going with him?
Going with them, El Campo.
Gabriel?
Ocampo.
Yeah, me too. Going with the Ricebirds. Next game we got the 11-0 China Springs Cougars taking on the 8-3 Sealy Tigers. Johnny, who you got?
China Springs.
This should be, to me, should be a cakewalk for them. I don't know, but we'll see. I also got China Springs on this one. Steve, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with China Springs.
Gabriel?
Same thing, China Springs.
All right. Yeah, they've been playing some really damn good football. I think they're ranked in the top 5. I want to say China Springs is.
They're number 3.
20, number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Can't bet against a team like that. Dang, did I miss a game? I think I did. Oh, there it is. The next game we have the 6-4 Jasper Bulldogs taking on the 9-1 West Orange Stark Mustangs. Steve, who you got?
Let's go with West Orange. How you like that one?
That's an obvious answer for me. I was waiting to see, is he gonna pick against him?
I was like, he's really thinking pretty hard here.
No,
Johnny,
on my thing it says they're 9-10. I'm like, what the hell is that? Is that a typo?
No, I looked it up, but nah, West Orange Stark is another team. Talk about tradition. West Orange Stark has it down there. More than one state title.
We're number 4.
Number 4, yeah. Who you got, Johnny?
Number 4.
Gabriel?
West Orange Start.
Yeah, I also am riding with West Orange Start. Next game we have the 9-2 Edna Cowboys taking on the 5-6 Blanco Panthers. Johnny, who you got?
Edna.
Edna. All right. Steve.
I'm going with Edna. I'm trying to figure out which one of these Poteet teams are playing. I got 2 of them.
That's the Aggies, I think. Gabriel, who you got?
Edna. Let's see how far Edna can go.
Hey, they put up a fight with Refugio. So any team that could go toe to toe with them, I mean, they ended up losing by quite a bit, but they scored some points on Refugio. So that tells me that
It took Refugio to the fourth quarter to run away with it. So
yeah, I'm also riding with Edna on this one. So the last game we have the 9-2 Industrial Cobras taking on the 10-1 Poteet Aggies. Johnny, who you got?
This was tough. I kept going back and forth. I'm going with Industrial.
Damn it, boy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to ask you off air. Why'd you do that?
This was a tough one. It was hard, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard. It's pretty well balanced.
I'm with Johnny, man. This was a tough one for me. When I first put it on the schedule, I was like, man, this is going to be a good one. That's why I said I had a hard time just thinking about saying, I'll put it on. I want to see what the guys, this could go either way, man. It's 2 good teams playing. But I'm going to go with Industrial too. But man, I could easily have gone the other way. But I got to pick one. So I'm going with Industrial. 2 good teams going to battle it out.
That me?
Huh?
Y'all don't hear that?
No. I
Yeah,
didn't hear.
Steve, who you got?
I'm taking Poteet, man.
Poteet?
Poteet. I like their defense, bro. Damn.
All right.
Shit, Industrial got a pretty good defense too.
Told you it's hard, dude.
Yeah, but Poteet
That's a
edged
Rockport-Cuero game right there.
Poteet edged them out by giving up 12 less points. So I'm gonna ride with Poteet.
All right. Well, I also went with Industrial as well. I feel like Industrial's played some pretty tough teams. Palacios. I think they also play Tidehaven, I believe. Orange Grove, right? They're in there with Orange Grove and Aransas Pass. I mean, Aransas Pass not tough, but I think they're in there with them. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Industrial Cobras as well. So that's it. That's all 22 games. Everyone's fine with their picks. Everyone's good.
Johnny, still got time to switch to Cuero.
All right. Well, that concludes the week. Was it 13 or 14? 14?
14.
All right. Week 14. That concludes the week 14 preview.
Well, I don't know if it's week 14. It's episode 14, but I don't know.
Episode 14. Yeah, I think it's week 13.
Yeah, the week might be
week 13.
But the episode is different. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that concludes the picks for this week 2. Let's say this week 2, round 2 of the playoffs. How about that?
That's what I say.
Can't go wrong.
Gabriel?
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. This video will be uploaded. Like I said, I take my stuff to work in the morning. So sometime during the day tomorrow, I can't put a time on it because I don't know how busy we'll be. But when I get some time, I'll definitely upload it and get it onto the GT Sports YouTube channel. Guys, we're going to take a little break. Come back on in about 10 minutes. We're about 20 minutes away from 9 o'clock. And of course, we're going to jump over to the Pirates Cove. We've got some guests coming to talk to them from the Rockport-Fulton Pirates, some players. So get some drinks, get yourself situated, and I'll be back on in 10 minutes and we'll swap over to the Pirates Cove.
All righty.